Hello everyone, I am so happy to see you again. I found a recipe online for something called strawberry chicken salad tea sandwiches. They sound so refreshing and perfect for a hot summer day like today that I just have to try them. And if the sandwiches turn out as wonderfully as I think they will, we can enjoy them for afternoon tea. The recipe is from a website called 31 Daily, and I will link the recipe in the description below. Now let's see, the first thing we need is the creamy lemon dressing. And it starts with a half cup of mayonnaise. I'm just going to guesstimate a half cup here. Then I need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and 1 to 2 tablespoons of freshly snipped chives. These are some of the chives that you and I harvested from the garden in yesterday's video. I did wash these chives. A 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a pinch of black pepper. And the recipe tells us to whisk this dressing until it becomes smooth. This smells amazing. And then we are to cover this and refrigerate it while we make the sandwich filling. For the filling, we need 2½ cups of chopped cooked chicken. I chopped up the breast of a rotisserie chicken. We put this in a large-ish bowl. Then we need the equivalent of 1 cup of chopped strawberries. Now, I've already holed my strawberries, so I just need to chop them. Spoiler alert, this strawberry chicken salad sandwich was remarkably delicious. I've never tasted anything better. Let's see if this is a cup. Why, yes it is. This remaining strawberry can be a lovely little snack. And we can add the diced strawberry to the chopped chicken. Now we need 1 stalk of finely chopped celery. I have celery in my garden. Follow me. My celery is very young, so I clipped what I think will be the equivalent of 1 store-bought stalk of celery. I just have to wash this real quick. And I will definitely save these leaves. Celery leaves are great for flavoring. By summer's end, my celery will have achieved the same size as supermarket celery. But you can really harvest the homegrown stalks anytime you want. They don't have to be fully grown. Then we need the white and green from 2 scallions, or green onions. And in they go. Obviously, this is a savory, not sweet sandwich. Going to give this a quick mix. It's a very colorful sandwich filling. Then we can add the dressing that we made earlier. I can't resist. I have to give this a little taste. This is delicious, but we have to cover it and let it chill. The recipe says for 3 to 4 hours. I don't know if I'm going to wait that long, but I will chill this for at least 2 hours so that the flavors can mingle and get to know each other. And in the meantime, I want to head to the flower shop because I think we should have a little flower arrangement for the tea table.
I hope we don't fail to see the beauty of being free. Don't forget what you love the most. I just wanna keep you close, so we have to give it one more try.
We are home again. Here are the flowers we purchased. And boy, it is really humid outside and we have a huge rainstorm coming. I need to run outside to grab some hosta leaves that will go with our flower arrangement. And we also need to grab some blueberries from the garden that we can use for a very simple dessert for our afternoon tea. It's always fun to find greens in the garden that will complement store-bought flowers. My favorite greens to use are hosta leaves, ferns, and yew branches. On to the blueberries. As you might recall, last winter you and I acidified the soil in this blueberry bed. As a result, the shrubs have produced an enormous crop of blueberries. I enjoy at least a handful of berries every day. Flower preservative, hosta, then I have this white alstroemeria that is streaked with lavender veins. I need a few more hosta leaves, or maybe I'll bring some ferns in. I will be right back. Then I have some beautiful lavender snapdragons. We are going with cool colors on this hot, hazy, humid day. And this is local larkspur in a deep purple. I can't remember the name of this soft blue filler flower, but if you know it, please mention it in the comments below. Okay, I just ran out and fetched some yew branches. It's really windy out there. The sky is turning dark and threatening. Needless to say, we will be enjoying our afternoon tea indoors today. So this is the back of the arrangement, and here is the front. I think it looks suitable enough for our tea table. Just getting my workstation cleaned up, and then we have to move on to the next part of our afternoon tea. We need some scones to accompany our afternoon tea, and fortunately, I don't have to make them. You and I made some quite a while ago. I stuck them unbaked into the freezer, so all I have to do is bake them off. Let me fetch the scones. I even wrote myself a note on the package: brush and bake at 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius for 15 to 20 minutes. And I do need to brush them with beaten egg. I will try to remember to link the scone recipe in the description below. For a little touch of glamour, I'm going to top these with some demerara sugar. Demerara is a coarse sugar. And into the oven they go, and then we can get started on assembling the sandwiches. I realize that before we can assemble the sandwiches, I need to get cracking on the dessert. Now this is going to be a big cheat dessert. I bought some lemon cookies, and we're going to top them with cream cheese frosting and the fresh blueberries from the garden. So I have a half cup or 114 grams of butter, which I overly softened in the microwave. That's all right. And I have 1 block or 226 grams of cream cheese. And I want some pure vanilla extract. This is the extract that you and I made together. Super delicious. I just added a splash of the extract. Then we can whip this. Then I want to add about 5 cups, or, well, I will give you the grams in a voiceover. Confectioner's sugar. This smells wonderful, although I may have to pop this into the refrigerator for a few minutes. It's quite warm in this kitchen right now. All I'm doing is putting a layer of the cream cheese frosting on each cookie. I'm going to cover and refrigerate the remaining frosting because it will come in handy next time I make a cake. Then I want to top the frosting with the garden fresh blueberries. So this is not the most elegant tea time dessert that I have ever made, but I'm sure it will be very delicious. And for a finishing touch, I have some mint from the garden. This may not be the most elegant tea time dessert I've ever created, but it was certainly easy to do. I think it looks pretty, and I'm sure it will be delicious. I'm going to pop these into the refrigerator. All right, we can assemble the sandwiches. Now, I put my bread in the freezer, and I'm going to spread it with some softened butter. And the reason I butter the bread is so that the butter acts as a seal so that the moist filling will not seep through the bread. In other words, I don't want soggy sandwiches. And here's our colorful strawberry chicken filling. Put a dollop on each sandwich. Close. Remove the crusts. This bread is much easier to cut because it was frozen. Now, the very best bread for tea sandwiches is pain de mie, or French sandwich bread. I bake it in a covered loaf pan, so you end up with a perfectly rectangular loaf with no crown. And it's really easy to remove the crusts, and there's very little waste. Bread that has a crown, of course, you're going to have some waste. Actually, I shouldn't say waste because you can always eat the scraps. I do. Now, I want to cut these sandwiches into fingers. Now, this next step is entirely optional. The website from where I obtained this recipe, which again I will link in the description below, said that you could tie each sandwich in a strand of chive. So that's what I'm going to do. And I have never tied a sandwich with chive in my life. We will see how this goes. So we go like this, and we simply tie a knot. Maybe we do a second knot as well. Yes. And then we can cut off the excess with kitchen shears. So we have our gorgeous chive-wrapped strawberry and chicken sandwiches here. We have our scones with clotted cream, and I didn't have any other kind of jam, so I just used the homemade strawberry jam that you and I made together a few weeks ago. And we have our very attractive cookies with the cream cheese frosting, the blueberries, and the mint. And I think the right tea to accompany this little meal is Darjeeling. This is the Darjeeling autumnal tea that you and I bought together at Tierra Farm. And I'm almost out of that tea, so I think we are due for another field trip to Tierra Farm. Let's find an air-conditioned room in which we can enjoy our hot tea, our cold cookies, and our cold sandwiches, and our room temperature scones. Well, I think this makes a very beautiful tea spread for a summertime afternoon tea. And All of these dishes were so simple to make, and I can't wait to find out how this strawberry sandwich tastes. It's amazing. After that strawberry filling sat in the refrigerator for 2 hours, all of the flavors intensified. This is really delicious. Perfect for summertime tea or picnic or really any event. And I'm not sure if you're supposed to remove this chive wrapper, the chive gift wrapping, or if you're just supposed to eat it. I don't know. What say you? I ate the chive ribbon. I've already tasted of the scones. They are fabulous. So let's try one of these simple cookies. So again, this is just a store-bought lemon cookie with homemade cream cheese frosting, fresh blueberries, and a sprig of mint. For such a simple dessert, what did it take? 5 minutes to make? This is an amazing dessert. It really hits it out of the park. And just like the strawberry sandwiches, the blueberry lemon cookie is super refreshing, perfect for a hot summer day. Yum. Thank you so much for spending time with me today as we made a flower arrangement and we made this wonderful summertime afternoon tea. I want you to know that I cherish each and every one of you. If you enjoyed this video, I can put a couple of my other videos at the end of this one that you can enjoy between now and my next upload. Until then, please treat yourself well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.